What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 7, Episode 2, A Distant Echo. So just kind of giving my thoughts and opinions on this second episode. If you guys like this kind of content, if you guys want me to continue this, and we do review and talk about all of these things, we've been reviewing, we reviewed actually all of the Mandalorian episodes when they were out, and we have been and will be doing The Clone Wars. But if you guys like that stuff, make sure you guys are leaving a like, make sure you guys are subscribed, and have that bell icon turned on so you know when these videos go up. So now let's talk about this episode. I thought this episode was good. I wouldn't really be willing to give it any more than that. A problem I do have with Clone Wars, and that has kind of shown up in this season, and I want to be really, really honest with you guys too when it comes to Clone Wars. I love it. I absolutely adore these animated shows. I mean, the animated shows Star Wars has put out over the last, since Clone Wars really started, has been amazing. I'm rewatching Rebels now as well, and they're just such amazing shows. The problem is they are so short, with especially, even we can talk about specifically this episode, right? 22, 24 minutes. Not a lot really got done. Now, there were some conflicts, right, within these clones, within especially Rex, and I do like that. I think the strongest thing that they're doing with these two episodes, and one of the things that Clone Wars has done just in general that's been really, really good, and kind of like a stealthy, right, like a dark horse, it's so good, is make us care about these clones. When we were watching the movies, I don't know about you guys, but growing up, watching, I guess 2 and 3, right, because 1 didn't have clones, I really didn't care at all. I guess Commander Cody, he was cool, he looked different, right? We heard his name a couple times, but nobody really had a lot of personality. These clones really didn't have a lot of personality. They stemmed from Jango Fett, who was, I would probably say, a lame character. I was gonna maybe give him the benefit of the doubt, but overall, the clones were really nothing to write home about, and obviously them becoming stormtroopers, but now, and then, as we learn more and more about it, we learn that they actually never did, right? They were kind of terminated. So the show, and again, especially these two episodes, have done a good job of continuing to expand the lore of clones. And with the Bad Batch, which I think are some really, really cool characters, some very different characters, right? But with Rex's struggle, again, of leaving Echo behind, is he dead, is he alive, all that kind of stuff, and him with Anakin, them kind of having that bond, which is going to be cool because, eventually that is going to be broken. Rex will end up with Ahsoka, and we know what happens after that. So it's cool to see them have those dialogue, have those conversations about pretty much being reckless or going against the grain, right? Against the normal wartime grain. Seeing Anakin, I like the fact that we got to see more characters this episode, right? Anakin, Padme, Obi-Wan. They're really not doing a single thing with him yet. I'm sure he'll get some moments later on in the season. We've even seen that from trailers too. So he'll have his moments. This was kind of, in terms of main characters, I guess this was more Anakin's episode. The show continues to absolutely look incredible. Visually, it looks so good. There was one part that I don't know if it was just my TV. It could have just been the episode when the guy hook lined to the that creature that was carrying Anakin off. The TV couldn't handle it. It was very choppy until the scene basically switched. I don't know again if that was just my TV, but that was a really weird experience for me. But this episode was fine. I wouldn't say this episode was amazing. Again, I think the strongest thing is again making us care more and more about Rex, which I think they're nailing. I mean, if that's their goal, is to make us continue, because we already did. I think the Clone Wars seasons 1 through 6 or 1 through 5, if you only want to include 6, I think they've already done a fantastic job of making us care about clones, and in particular Rex. So having these two episodes just furthers that, seeing Echo again and remembering that, right, that is very, very powerful, and I like that. And it takes a pretty special show, and a show that's been around for a long time, as the Clone Wars has, in order to pull that off. So all that was fine. Action, little generic. You can only watch, I'd say, 4, 5, 6 of basically elite soldiers take on a trillion droids. You can only see that so many times before it's how does the Separatists win any battle ever? Have you ever thought about that? Because yeah, I get it. They have Anakin. They have this basically elite super squad of troopers. They have Rex. They're not gonna, these droids aren't gonna be able to take them out. But how do droids win any battle when really one Jedi could probably take 3,000 droids? I don't necessarily understand it. But again, that kind of just goes to the whole point of the episode, though. The action was a little generic. It wasn't an episode that you're gonna write home about. I feel like it's a slow burn. the fact that it ends when they find Echo, like, okay, we got this, now they have to get out of there. Where is that going to go? And I think, again, we know that it's only going to be 4 episodes. Each of these arcs are around 4 episodes. So to be honest with you, I enjoy this episode. There was nothing wrong with it. I didn't be like, man, I just wasted my Friday morning. I enjoyed it. Anytime we get to spend, like, additional time we get to spend with these characters is a gift, to be quite honest with you, after all these years, right, and then bringing it back. It's a gift. I'm happy that we're able to see these characters again and continue to our storylines. But there is a part, maybe this is bad, but this is just my honest opinion. There is a part of me where it's like, all right, like, Bad Batch, cool. Rex, cool. I really want the Ahsoka stuff. I really want the Mandalore stuff. I really want the crossover to Revenge of the Sith. I think this season is going to escalate very, very quickly. Like, these 2 episodes will probably lead right into Ahsoka's arc, and I cannot wait for that. So it's more of a thing where it's like I'm expecting so much of this show, and it's not like it's not delivering it, but it's just doing it in a slow burn, which is fine. And maybe that's just my expectations getting the best of me. But the more, like, watching this episode specifically, it was like, okay, well, we got back into it last week, and now this week was a little bit more of the generic action. But again, we're building characters, we're building relationships, and we're getting somewhere, right? We're getting somewhere with Echo, and we're going to get resolution there, and then now we see where it goes forward. So, fine episode. I wouldn't say it was bad. I wouldn't say it was, like, amazing. I'd probably say the first episode was better than this one, but it's like it's not going to destroy this entire season. I feel like we're going to get 2 very solid episodes to end this arc, and then we jump ahead to whichever one they're going to do. I assume it'd be Ahsoka and Mandalore, right? And that would kind of cross over into when Revenge of the Sith stuff is happening. So still, this is the show that I've been most anticipating for the longest time. I'm still super into it. I cannot wait for next week's episode. No matter if like next week's episode is garbage, I would still be insanely excited for the week after. That's just what this show, I think, has done to me, and that's ultimately a really great thing. Star Wars continues, again, to absolutely nail the TV space. They cannot nail the movies. They haven't nailed the movies consistently, at least. I thought 7 and Rogue One were great, but they haven't nailed it consistently in a very, very long time. But the shows, they're doing fantastic with. So, guys, let me know in the comments below. What do you think? What did you think of Episode 2, A Distant Echo? Did you think it was better than Episode 1? Do you agree with my thoughts on it? Again, let me know what you guys want to talk about Episode 2 related in the comments below. Thank you all so much for watching. Again, make sure you guys are subscribed and have that bell icon rung. And I hope to see you all on the next video.